We're recording.
My name is Kruegar.
Hi, Kruegar. When were you involved in Rose Float?
Cal Poly Rose Float?
Well, what was your first Rose Float experience?
Actually, I guess my first Rose Float experience is Cal Poly Rose Float. I have a lot of Rose Parade experience before that, but Cal Poly Rose Float is probably my first Rose Float experience.
What was your Rose Parade experience prior to that?
Well, I guess I've been around the term Roses Parade for as long as I can remember, from the time I was a tiny little tot. A tiny little itty-bitty tot. Sleeping on the street. My father was a member of the Pasadena Term of Roses. And while he was off doing his thing, we were always, seemed to be sleeping on the street somewhere. And waiting for the parade the next day. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've been. Maybe 20 or 30. No, certainly not 30. Maybe 20 times, 15, 20 times. I guess that'd be more.
What made you join Cal Poly Rose Float?
Well, I suppose because I've been around the parade so often, I wanted to see a little bit more of what was going on the other side of the world here.
And today?
And today, what?
Today, your involvement with the Rose Parade, with Rose Float?
Well, now I'm a member of the Pasadena Term of Roses Association, and a member of the Alumni Association of Rose Float. And what else would you like to know?
State vehicles. Let's talk about Cal Poly Rose Float. For years, has had a tenuous relationship with state vehicles, transportation. Utaka, is that the appropriate word? Tenuous. Tell me about.
I would say yes.
Tell me about driving state vehicles.
I've driven a lot of state vehicles. There were a couple trucks that were awfully entertaining to drive, ones that you couldn't shift into or out of gear. One time I had a little car. Is that what you're referring to, Paul?
Tell me about the little car.
Let's see. I don't remember what kind of car it was, but it was a little white car. It was like a Ford Escort or something weird like that.
Something. Was it a hatchback?
It was very small, and it was a hatchback, and its number was 76, and it was my job to take it down to Pasadena that year. So I left my car out at the lab, and the first time I went to buy gas was at a Unical 76 station. So I got one of those little orange balls and put a 76 ball on the antenna because I thought that was appropriate because it was number 76. And I guess we used it a lot down in Pomona and Pasadena. It was very helpful to have that. It was very helpful to have that car.
How many miles did you put on that car in those 3 weeks?
Well, see, I wasn't the only person that drove that car. But for a couple weeks, I think we put a few hundred miles on it. No?
Wasn't it closer to 1,000?
Was it a few thousand miles, or was it 1,000? Or about 1,000 miles? Well, it came up and down to San Luis Obispo a few times. I think about 4 times, because for some reason or another, things were left up here, and it was a lot easier to drive than some of those trucks that we had.
Now, were you responsible for washing the car, maintenance of the car, or?
No, I did not know I had to wash the car, and I had a couple problems with washing the car. People in Pomona, for some reason or another, have a tendency to put oil on the road out by the lab, and I think a little oil got on the car, kind of that tar stuff. It was really kind of disgusting, kind of caked on. And what else are you referring to?
Footprints?
Someone told me that there were footprints on the inside of the hatchback, and I really don't know how those got in there.
No clue.
No clue at all.
Okay, let's turn the tape off. Okay, tape's off.
Now, you want to know like how footprints got onto the inside of the hatchback window of this little car?
Yes.
I think because, let's see, a friend of mine, I think she was a club secretary that year. She was riding in the back one time, and she had her feet up on the window.
He's not going to say. Hold on a second. Let me shut this.
We were driving the car around a little bit.
let's talk about midnight appropriations. Ever do
No,
any?
I was never involved in any midnight appropriations. The only thing that I ever remember was taking some of the landscape materials from Cal Poly Pomona.
Okay. What about pranks?
I was never involved in any pranks directly either, but I remember a couple there. Usually involved affecting people's cars, and I think you brought up a couple of those things. I remember somebody's car once was shrink wrapped with plastic and filled up with little styrofoam popcorn beads. I think it was Ross Gasway's car. That was pretty entertaining, but I didn't have anything to do with that.
And what about humorous events?
Humorous events. There were all kinds of humorous events.
Such as?
I don't know of any. Being in Cal Poly Roseville is pretty much humorous all the time.
No. Of all your memories of Rose Float, what's the best memory you have?
I probably have a whole bunch of really good memories. I think a lot of them were brought about when that parade, or when that float came down the parade route on parade morning, and all the Cal Poly people were right there, and everybody was like totally excited and jazzed, and it was kind of that climactic event that all these months and years of planning were culminated in. I think that would probably be the high point of like each year.
Okay. Looking back and looking forward with the 50th, what do you think the 50th is going to mean for Cal Poly Rose Float?
I think it's a great milestone. It's pretty amazing that a group of students every year, different students every year, can put together something that is pretty awesome and actually get it accomplished. And I think that would be a pinnacle. I think it would be really good if the organizations became stronger from some sort of groundswell of support. But beyond that, I really don't know.
When you're tournament president, you're president of the T of R, what are you going to do to help Cal Poly?
Well, if I'm ever president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses, which would have to be probably in like 30 years, I can safely say that if Cal Poly is still building a float in 30 years, I'd have to be around for that 80th anniversary, and I think I'd be pretty amazed.
Would you attend?
I would definitely attend.
Okay. Any other questions from the peanut gallery for this man?
If you were the president,
Mark, any questions? Any questions for him?
What was it like to ride the scooter in the parade?
Oh, here, okay. What was it like to ride the scooter as a white suitor?
Last year I was the float aide for Cal Poly, which was totally cool because I could be on both sides of the world there, I guess. I could be on the official side and I could be on the Cal Poly side. So that was pretty fun, and it's totally and completely awesome to be going along 5.5 miles, looking at 1 million people in like total bewilderment that anything so awesome could be put in front of their face 50 times in a row.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else you want to offer?